Hey everyone, I am going to replicate this beautiful tea light holder. It's glass and it's pretty big with this brush-on silicone. Wish me luck. This project I'm using Diction's silicone rubber. It cures in 10 to 15 minutes and the whole purpose of it is to make molds and save the amount of silicone that you use. Normally, when you're making a mold, you have to use a large amount of silicone to put the object in to create the mold. With this is actually a brush-on method that you use, and you use, it says, 3 times less silicone. So this is mixed together much like your epoxy resins. This is a 1-to-1 ratio silicone by weight, not by volume. So you do have to have a little kitchen scale and measure it equal amounts. And it's also mixed together much like you would mix your epoxy resins. You mix it for 3 minutes slowly, and I have this sped way up so it looks like I'm going super fast, but I really am doing it slow. And you have to scrape the sides and scrape the bottom. So it comes with this silicone brush and you just brush it on to whatever you want to mold. Now it does say it's mainly for small molds, and this is kind of on the large size, but I really wanted to try this. So I do end up using more silicone than I really need to use. And the problem with this one is it has kind of a top side and a bottom side, and I wasn't sure how well I was getting underneath it. So after I mix up the second part of resin, I do end up flipping it over. So you can see it's sticking here. I'm trying to flip it over. And I end up using a scissors, I think, to cut some. So I end up cutting this excess off. Because of the way that this is shaped, it was hard to scoop the resin up from underneath it to put back on top, because that is what they suggest. They suggest anything that falls onto the silicone underneath it, your silicone mat, to scoop it up and put it back on. But because of the shape of this, it was hard for me to get under it. So anyway, I just flipped it back and forth and put several coats on, waiting 10 to 15 minutes between each coat. And you do have to leave a wide opening on the back because you have to be able to get the silicone mold off of the back once it's all cured up. So each side I probably put 2 coats on, but as I put the 2 coats on each side, I was also kind of going underneath it. So the edges really got a lot of extra coverage, and they probably need extra support, so that's probably a good idea. It's just a very odd shaped item to be covering with the resin, and it is quite a bit larger, I think, than what they suggest to use. And this really is super easy to brush on. And with this application, I mixed up way too much of the silicone. There is a little bit of a learning curve here, and next time I probably would mix it up in smaller amounts each time. And then after each application, I cleaned the silicone brush by just wiping it off with a paper towel, and when I got the most of it off, then I sprayed it with isopropyl alcohol and used another paper towel to clean the rest of it off, and that really seemed to do the trick. So then I mix up the last bit of it and mix it together. And with this, so a couple of times I made too much, and this time I didn't make enough. And of course, when you make too much, you can't save it because you know it cures up. So you really have to toss it. And some does drip down and stick to the silicone below. I had to use a little scissors to make sure I didn't pull any of it off. And it does clean up off of the silicone mold that I have it sitting in very easily, because I have used silicone on silicone before and I haven't been able to get it off. But this particular silicone you can do on a silicone mat. And see, I didn't make enough, so here I am actually scraping it out with my finger at the end, trying to get it out of there and putting a good coat on the very center of it, because I want to make sure that it's covered well and that center part there is sturdy enough to hold a decent amount of resin. So this cures within 15 minutes each time you put a layer on, but this I actually let sit overnight just because I didn't want to do anything with it last night. And here I'm removing the silicone from the glass tea light holder, and it really takes me 3.5 minutes, but I do have this sped up. But I am taking my time because I do not want to tear anything. I want to make sure everything stays intact. And it really comes out pretty nice. I put enough on there so it's a thick enough mold. The only thing is that top part needs to be pushed down some so that the resin, when poured in, will cover over it, because that's what's going to be holding the candle. And I think if I set it on something that's hollow in the middle, when I pour the resin in, it will push it down enough so resin can go over the top. So here I have it in a 4-inch circular mold. I don't know if you can tell. And I have that little popsicle stick on the side just to level it out a little bit. And once I pour the resin in, that will sink down a little bit and allow the top of that tea light, the round part, to go down enough so that resin will cover it, so that I'll be able to put a candle in it when it's cured. And for this, I'm going to be using the Diction High Gloss Epoxy Resin. I'm going to be adding the Resiner's Laser Silver Fine Glitter to the epoxy. And this is the first time using this, and I also added a couple drops of the clear Elmer's glue to help suspend the glitter in the resin so that it didn't sink to the bottom. And this worked exactly how I thought it would. I poured the resin in, and it helped push it down so that resin could cover over the top of the back of the circle there where the tea light will be held. And so cross your fingers, hopefully it works okay. And I did spray some isopropyl alcohol in the mold before and after. And this resin was put through the Resiner's debubble machine, which I use now for all molds. That way the molds are bubble free. And this is what it looks like from the side. You can see it goes all the way to the top, and it is covering that circle on the back. So cross our fingers it works. I had a little extra, so I poured it in some molds for some crystals. See how those turn out. I've never used those. And see how the little drips are on the back. When I had it the other way, there was drips. So there's the original, and then here's the molded one. And this really comes off pretty easy. And this is the one that I put some fine glitter in, and after I demolded it, I wished I would have really put a whole bunch more glitter, and I just put a little bit in, but it still is pretty, and it's identical. It worked perfect. The mold really looks nice and sturdy. Yeah. Ended up making a few more. Watch and see. Hey everyone, so I have these propped up again. So let me put it down just a tiny bit. So I made a whole bunch of them. So yeah, so this is the original glass, and I guess it's a molded glass. It's not cut glass because it's not sharp at all. But I just think this worked great, and I think this is a little bit larger than the suggested size. I think maybe some smaller ones is what you're supposed to use, but it worked fine, and I have made multiple molds in it, and it works over and over and over again. So yeah, so this, I think you can see how it shows the cuts or the molded parts where it goes in. I don't know what that is. But yeah, it covered the bottom totally. And see, the problem with this was this actually stuck up higher. So, so with it going like this, with you holding it up like this and the weight of the resin, it pushed it down enough so that it could cover the top of it, luckily. So it just made it so it covered it enough so that you could put a little tea light in there. And never put real candles in resin. Because it could cause problems. It could, you could get fumes or something could start fire on it. So just use the little tea lights from Dollar Tree or wherever. But look at it. It has all the cuts in there. And then this one, I put the glitter in it, but it just made it look foggy instead because I didn't put enough glitter in it. And then this one I did perfectly clear, which is super pretty. You might mistake it for glass if you didn't see this one next to it. Because this is, this is the real glass. It's not as crystal clear, but it's still nice. I would probably, if I saw that on a shelf, I might think that is glass. And then this one I put more glitter in, and this is pretty too. I like that. I wished I would have done a gold one, but maybe I will. So anyway, yeah, it worked really great. Yeah, and so I probably used maybe a little less than half a bottle. And this is 10 ounces, so 5 ounces and 5 ounces. So I used 10 ounces for this whole entire mold. So I'm sure you would have to use at least 4 times that amount to be able to sink this into it and for it to encapsulate the entire thing. So anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. I've never made a silicone mold before. To me, that was easy. I'll have to try a silicone mold sometime. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the project. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps the channel. If you enjoyed the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I try to put a new video out every week, so if you hit the bell, you'll be notified. We have the Facebook page going, an amazing group over there, and I hope you guys all have a great day. Thanks for watching.